and stereotype barriers. When you see something, you immediately label it. Well, that's that. I got to put it in labels so I'm safe and I understand it and I'm protected from whatever danger it could do to me. It's really ridiculous, and it's based on fear, which fear is kind of ridiculous. So, this brings me to one of my favorite quotes in the Baha'i writings, which is by Abdul Wahab, which we will talk about in just a second. And the writing is, it says, "The diversity of the human family should be the cause of love and harmony, as it is in music, where many different notes blend together in the making of a perfect chord." How cool is that, man? Of course, I'm a little biased towards it because it talks about music. I'll read it one more time. He says, "The diversity of the human family should be the cause of love and harmony, as it is in music, where many different notes blend together in the making of a perfect chord." We're all notes here, guys, and we're all part of the same musical family. You can't have a chord with one note. You have to have a chord with multiple notes. All these notes create music. Which brings us to our next song. He plays in boxes of sand.
He doesn't care.
Nanaimo joins in his little game.
She doesn't care.
One is white, the other brown red.
Neither one cares.
But their fathers will shout and divide,
Because they're scared.
and just this once I'll make believe we're all playing like the children that pretend without fear or prejudice.
In this world,
Bobby plays, Naime plays, both of them play. Neither one cares. And just this once I'll make believe we're all playing like the children that pretend without fear.
so Baha'u'llah was born in 1817, about almost 200 years ago now, in the capital city of Iran, which is Tehran. And he showed signs of greatness from an early age. He was endowed with knowledge from God, so he didn't have to go to school. And he was born into a noble family, so when he was a young man, he was offered a position in the king's court at the age of 17, actually, which is pretty crazy. And he refused it because he wanted to spend his life helping the sick and the poor and the oppressed. But as soon as he decided to proclaim the cause of God, he was faced with opposition immediately, and that came from the clergy at the time because they felt threatened, and the government. And so he was immediately put into a prison, which in Persian is called the Siyachal, which means the black pit in English. And this prison was actually a water reservoir for an old bathhouse, and in those times, and before that even, bathhouses were very common. So they had a water reservoir. It was 4 flights below the ground. Baha'u'llah was in prison there in 1853, and it was unimaginable, the conditions in the prison. Everybody was chained together, stooped, because they had 75-pound weight around their neck. They didn't see the sunlight. black beard. He came out with white hair because he hadn't seen the sun for 4 months. And so, to raise the spirits of the prisoners, he would get them to chant a prayer. And so one day they were chanting so loud that the king heard it from his palace, and he stopped what he was doing, and he turned to one of his servants and he's like, "What's that sound?" And the servant said to him, "That's the prisoners chanting." And he was like, "What?" He was so surprised because he knew the conditions they were in, and he knew that they had no reason to be singing. So I'm going to share with you what they chanted, and it was in Arabic, so I'll start it off in Arabic, and then I'll continue it in English. So if you do know it, please do join along. Ankole shayan, olalo yakfi, ankole shayan, fa'ana lohe yatavakelo, motevakelo, yatavakelo, motevakelo. God is sufficient unto me. He is the all-sufficing. God is sufficient unto me. He is the all-sufficing. Let the trusting trust Him. Let the trusting trust. Let the trusting trust Him. Let the trusting trust. Let the trusting trust.